Welcome to fourth grade health. This is lesson 156, and we are going to be looking at pages 75, we're down there at the bottom, sufficient water, all the way to 78. We're finishing up this chapter, and then for homework, you're going to reread pages 72 to 78, and then do CCU 5, page 79, sections C and D, okay? So we'll do those all on paper, and the quick check on page 78, we're going to do on paper, and 77, okay? So yesterday, we started talking about ways to guard against disease, and so we have 4 ways to guard against disease, and so we put these up here, 4 ways to guard against disease. Number 1 is proper nutrients, okay? So we talked about that yesterday. There's certain things that if we don't have them, our body doesn't function properly. The wounds don't heal as well. We may have skin and nails and hair that don't grow properly or that chip or get damaged. Okay, there's also vigorous exercise. Getting out in the fresh air improves your blood circulation, and exercise also helps prevent or delay wrinkles, okay? Next, we're going to look at sufficient water. Your skin helps prevent your body from becoming dehydrated or dried out. There's a thin layer of oil that is on the outside of your skin that helps water from inside your body not to evaporate too quickly. If you don't drink enough water, though, your blood draws water from your body tissues, including your skin, and then your body tissues become dry. When you exercise vigorously in hot weather, you can lose even more water through perspiration. If you lack sufficient water, your body doesn't perspire as much as normal, and therefore it can't keep you cool, all right? And so then your body temperature will rise, and it can lead to headache, feeling dizzy, and eventually fainting and heat stroke can occur if your body temperature if you're too dehydrated, all right? The last thing about fighting against disease is adequate rest. Your body uses the nighttime to reproduce skin cells while you rest to replace things damaged. And so if you don't get enough rest, you're going to start looking like you're not getting enough sleep. Because you are still growing, you need about 9 to 12 hours of sleep a night. So keep that in mind. This link up exercise for fitness looks like it would be fun to do whenever we can get back together. Maybe we'll be able to get back together for some, maybe we'll be able to get together the first week of June. I don't know. So if everything is lifted, we might be able to get together and play a few of these games that we've been reading about, okay? You want to protect your skin. It needs to stay moist by you drinking sufficient liquid, but if it becomes too dry, you might need to use lotions or creams to help protect your body, protect your skin. And if you've been out in the heat or the wind, especially, you may need some of that. Also, your lips have they do have an oil that protects them, but when your lips become dry, you lick them and they become even more dry. So lip balm or chapstick may be necessary. It's also good to use sunscreen. So if you're outside for very long, so there's several times that you're more likely to get a sunburn. One of them is when you're out for too long, okay, and the sun has been shining a lot. Another time is if your skin is wet. So if you're swimming or playing at the beach or something, you may feel cool, but you're actually getting burned. And so you want to make sure that you put on waterproof sunscreen if you're going to be in there for a long time. There are hours that are worse to be at swimming and at the beach. It's between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m., which is probably the normal times that people want to go. But you just need to make sure that you apply waterproof sunscreen to help with not getting burned. Because if you have overexposure to the sun, the most harm that can come is skin cancer. It's the most common form of cancer, and it's because people don't realize that you can get sunburn from the snow reflects it off of it. So if the sun is shining and you're skiing or something, you can get sunburn. I have cousins that have red hair, and they get sunburn every time we go skiing. And they put on sunscreen, but they still get sunburn. But if you're more sensitive to it, you need to make sure that you're applying it at least every, I believe it's every hour. It might be 2 hours, but probably depends on the sunscreen that you have. Just being careful about where you are and not spending too much time in the sun can help, even though you do want to get out in the sun, but there are times that are better than others because of the ultraviolet rays. Okay, all right, so now have you make sure to read 75 to 78 and then reread pages 72 to 78, and then do CC5, page 79, C through D on paper. Don't forget to do the quick check on page 77 and 78 on paper as well. There's not too many of those questions. You can do it all on one paper if you can get it all fit on there. So I will let you go, and this should be your last class for the day. So have a good evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.